Hi, welcome to Geck T'Know. We are your hosts Natasha
and Gemma from Artgecko Sketch.
This is a podcast series dedicated to getting to know our art community.
From art tips to art advice, we'll be covering it all with a special guest each episode.
If you want to hear more about us, our artists, or anything else, message us at Artgecko Sketch on Instagram.
And whilst you're there, please don't forget to give us a follow or subscribe to our channels.
Welcome back, everyone. Myself, Natasha, and Gemma
Hi.
are back to bring you another GECK-CELLENT episode of Geck T'Know. Today we're speaking to Chris Lambert, founder of the art subscription box service ScrawlrBox. Hello, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello. Sorry, what was the question?
How are you? How's things?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. It's a bit miserable today, but working from home today, so it's nice and peaceful. I might get some stuff done, I guess. But yeah, no, all good, thank you. Hope yourselves are well.
Yeah, we're good, thank you. Busy away.
Yeah, it looks very peaceful where you are currently.
Well, the kids are at school, so yeah, it is peaceful until about 3 o'clock. Then it'd be chaos. But yeah.
Absolute chaos.
Oh, dear.
Cool. Well, we've got some interesting questions for you today, Chris. So some that we would normally ask in the podcast, but then we've got some extras that we, as usual, are fan favourites that we throw in the mix as well. So I think that we'll get started if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it.
Fantastic. Okay, well, first things first, what is ScrawlrBox and how did it come about?
Okay, well, that's not too tricky. ScrawlrBox is an art supply subscription box. And what that means is basically we put a little kit of art supplies together every month and send them out to our subscribers for them to open, create and share and, create something great. How did it come about? We've been going, I was speaking to them earlier, I think we've been going for 8 years this year, which seems so long. But it came about after I was working as a marketing designer for a furniture manufacturer, and I was doing a Google Squared digital marketing course, and there's a talk about some guy was doing a talk, and he said that there's loads of people that have ideas for businesses in the pub or whatever, but like only kind of 1% of them actually go through and do it. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So I thought, I wanted to do it. I thought I'd give it a go. So I started a crowdfunding campaign, see if I can I wanted to get 100 people. If I get 100 people signed up, to get that, I knew it would just be me. So that was 8 years ago. It kind of did 100 boxes first month and then just grew ever since. And then I quit my job and here we are today.
So
full time.
How many countries are you in now, Chris?
I don't know. We ship worldwide, so lots. We've got lots of in the US, in Canada, Europe, Australia, some in the East, like in Asia, New Zealand, South America, Mexico's, they quite like it down there. Loads everywhere that we can post boxes to, we will do.
Magic.
Yeah.
Well, all that from a little idea that spun something huge.
Yeah. I started it so I could just get free art supplies. Really, that's what my main goal was, and I thought I'd be able to do it. And now I obviously get free or sample art supplies and things, but I just don't have any time to kind of do any artwork. That's what I wanted to do. Is kind of I'm just too busy now. I just do a lot of swatching. That's my job. Is kind of what works with what paper and all that kind of just kind of. It's more kind of formal and scientific, I guess, more than creative. But I do try and create a little time to experiment and get creative.
Cool. My question to follow on from Natasha's was, why should people subscribe to ScrawlrBox?
Because it's a mystery, and I think when I started it, because I thought people generally, if you're a watercolor artist, you go into an art shop on the high street and you buy your replacement watercolor paints. You run out of blue, you go get another blue. You might not look around and see what else is there. So the idea is, it's a discovery box. It's a mystery. You don't know what you're going to get. So each month you get a curated kit of, it could be oil pastels, it could be acrylic paints, it could be watercolors, coloring pencils, alcohol markers. It can be anything, and it might not be something that you're into. If you're a watercolor artist, you might think, wow, alcohol markers, ugh. But you know, you wouldn't normally buy them, but it kind of forces you out of your comfort zone to try something new and, you know, work in a different way that you normally would. And maybe you'll like it, maybe you'll find a medium that you didn't think you'd like, but you do. Or if not, you kind of pushed out your comfort zone, and, you know, if you give it a go, you might be able to find something or a new technique or a new way of working that you can bring back into your other ways, other mediums that you normally work in. So that's why people should subscribe. And also, it's a great community. When I started, I thought it would be kind of just about the supplies, or either getting cheap supplies, or, you know, not cheap supplies, but value supplies, and you know, experiencing that. But it's become more about the community, and because we have kind of the challenges and things like that, everyone shares their artwork, and we've got a Facebook community now that's kind of really growing, and that people are talking to each other. People who didn't know each other before, when they're sharing their work, they're, you know, complimenting, you know, helping out with tips and things like that. So it's become really a really nice community of like artists and creatives who kind of support each other, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it, really? As well.
All about
The art community.
Yeah, we're very passionate about community. We've got our Artgecko community going on, and yeah, we love it. We love it.
Love community.
Yeah.
Shall we, or in a bit?
I don't know. Is this a good time? Should we do our unboxing now?
Yeah, why not?
Cool.
I'm ready.
Okay.
So Chris has been very kind and sent us both a ScrawlrBox to open. So this is this month's box, which will be the March, April. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, we've stopped calling it this ScrawlrBox 91. We've gone from the month now, although you know, we did a live stream, and I keep calling them the February box to the number. So it's gonna take a while to get it out of my head, but because of the way that it works, it arrives in different countries at different times, and then when you're looking back at previous boxes, it kind of doesn't make sense. So we're kind of removing the month. It is the one that came out in March, but it's ScrawlrBox 91. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I think with that, then we will open box 91.
Yeah.
Take a look inside.
Have you not opened them yet?
No.
We have. We thought we'd save the reveal.
Podcast.
Everyone's an unboxing video as well, so
I hope there's nothing missing or anything. They should have checked. It should be good.
Cool. So yeah, this is the ScrawlrBox. This is number 91. So we're going to open them.
Yeah.
Be good this, because it's actual
Real time.
Yeah.
Real time.
Oh, cool. Okay. So or zine. Yeah, number 91. See if we'd have opened it with a scene. 91. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, so within this one, the featured artist is Katrina Young, Australian artist.
Oh, look at
An
that.
illustrator. So that's beautiful. Look at that work.
Yeah, really nice piece.
It's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
So is Katrina part of your community already, or how do you discover these lovely artists?
No, she's not. Hopefully she will be now. I don't think she knew about us before. But there's different ways we go about it. Sometimes people get in touch with us, and we have lots of people in the community sending us their artwork, wanting to be featured artists, or we kind of find an artist that we like on the internet or Instagram or something, and then we contact them, maybe then ask them what supplies they use and kind of build a box around them. Or the other way would be we want to find the supplies and then go and find the artist that uses those supplies. And so there's various different ways about it, but yeah, we just kind of want to find an artist that's kind of used the supplies to match in the box, and kind of hopefully give us some few tips. We're trying to put more kind of tutorial and tips based content in the zine to help use the supplies, not like a step-by-step to how to recreate it, because I think in this print she used more colors than you get in the box, but rather than kind of limit, it's not a recreation of that, it's more of a inspirational guide, a starting point, so, along with the challenge phrase. So yeah.
Well, if someone subscribed like for a couple of months, they can use their supplies from previous months to add to their current like box that they've recently got, so they could just build up a collection of supplies to do all sorts to, I guess.
Yeah, Yeah. I mean, there will be ones that work together. There will be ones that don't. But yeah, there's people have been subscribed for. I got some people that have been subscribed since the beginning, and they must have almost the same amount of supplies of me. That's saying something. So yeah, I think the people in the community do say a lot of stuff about how do we store our supplies. And like, some people like to keep them in their boxes, organized in the months they come. Some people, split them out. So
you should bring out a ScrawlrBox box to store everything in.
I definitely have thought about kind of storage solutions, but I have the same issue in my office at my desk, because I've got so many offices. I generally use kind of mugs for stuff and things like that, but it's storages for art supplies. They're a strange one. Obviously, markers, you've got specific marker stands, but general storage, people use those kind of toolbox cases and things like that. But yeah, I thought about it. Maybe in the future we'll have a. Stay tuned.
Watch your space.
Oh.
So I'm just flipped through the zine, and actually you can read about Katrina Young a bit more.
Yeah.
Can't you? So there's a full double page.
Yeah, there's an interview. There's also there's a bio on the back of the print with a bit of information about them and their social links, and then inside the zine there's an interview which actually know a bit more about them, shows off more of their work, and then they give us kind of some tips on how to use supplies also.
So I'm just going to flick this to the camera. So this is the inside of the box. It comes in lovely packaged wrap tissue.
I've got
mine. You already opened yours.
I'll take it.
Beat me to it.
So we've got a sticker.
Yeah.
Very nice. I love that. Stunning. And then we've got all about. So it's got like a theme. It comes with a theme every month, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to respond to it.
It's called a challenge.
You're challenged to respond to. So feminine energy.
Yeah.
Very good. And would you know it? Guess what's in the box?
Wow, what a coincidence.
What a surprise.
You didn't even know.
So to the listeners, to the people that are watching this, there's actually our squared Bristol board tile in this. So actually we don't have this available in our range currently at this size. This is an exclusive for Chris at ScrawlrBox, but we do have the same product in an A4 and an A3. So yes, this is exclusive for Chris. The artwork on the front's by our lovely friend Keith Hopewell, which is SP076. Yeah, and it's a lovely Bristol board. We're very biased.
That's not. I know Keith as well, and that's very. When I was looking at your art, it's very not what I would normally put to him. Like,
yeah. It was really funny because when we reached out to him to ask him for some artwork, he sent a load of stuff back, and actually when he sent a few of these back, I was like, "That's not very Keith at all."
Yeah. There's the raccoons and the hands and things like that. He does really cool comic book stuff.
The Robot Zombie Apocalypse is his latest one.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, we've got a copy upstairs. But yeah, this is nothing like his normal work. So we encourage everyone to go and check him out. He's really great.
Yeah. Do you for the artworks for the covers? I'm not going to question you now. Do you send out a brief to the artists, or do they send to you stuff, or how does that work? Like,
very dependent, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes we spot things that we love that's using our products or like paper or something like that, and we'll contact them, or sometimes like for example with this one we'll reach out to them.
Similar to me and the featured artist. Flexible.
A lot of our we have the Artgecko gallery that we have the hashtags, so similar to you with your drawing challenge, we have that where we try and build our community of artists there, and there's a lot of frequent people that pop up on a very regular occasion, maybe like daily at some points in the year, and sometimes like people that we flag up as being potentials to be ambassadors or people we want to work with, and those are the guys that we want to really showcase their work too. So that's why we reach out, and again on a lot of the pro pad range, which is what this is kind of part of, this padded range, that's what we've done with a lot of them.
Yeah, no, I'd have loved to include the A4 or A3 pad in the box, but they just don't fit, unfortunately. So thank you for creating one that would fit.
Yeah, no, it's always nice making something special.
No, that's great.
Also in the box, we've got the same colours.
Yeah.
These lovely Topic markers
Oh, these are great colours.
in mallow. What's the other colour? That's it. Oh, brick beige and in spectrum green. So really cool. I think we might have to go with these at some point.
We should do a swatch.
Yes.
Swatchy.
We'll do something and we'll upload it so it'll cover our faces.
Yeah.
Fabulous. And then always a fan favourite, a refresher and sweets and a pigment liner. In fact, I use these on the daily at my desk just for writing with because it's so nice to write with.
Yeah, it's a nice thick one. It's a 0.8, so it's a bit thicker than you might normally use.
Yeah. And a Derwent graphic pencil. Fabulous. I think, are these made in the Lake District?
What? Yeah, the Lake District. Yeah, Cumbria.
It's the Lake District, so they've got this really cool factory that you can go around to and actually see how they're made. I think it's Ambleside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check me, local knowledge.
Here is yeah. And there's also a pencil museum, which they've got like lots of all the old pencils, and I think they've got the world's largest pencil and lots of history about it there as well, that's a really cool place to go to.
Cool. Yeah, I think we might have to arrange a day out there.
Yeah, I think so. I think
should.
Pencil museum. Cool. Right. Well, thank you so much for sending us those.
Yeah.
No problem. I look forward to seeing your artworks created. No pressure.
Covering our faces. It'll be fine. We'll do something. Probably make a little bit of a mess. Cool. Right. Okay. So we'll crack on with the rest of the questions then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So speaking of, I guess we picked a good time for this.
Yeah.
Speaking of medias and art products, what's your favourite artistic media to use?
Mine personally is, I'd say alcohol marker, like similar to this kind of box. This is kind of the style I did do. It featured myself quite vainly, I guess, in a box in January, back in January 21. And that was kind of the, what have I got here? These Tombow ABT Pro, kind of similar, like alcohol markers, but in the kind of my standard colors, which is like blues and teals, like the ScrawlrBox colors. So yeah, alcohol markers, a fine line pen and a pencil. Normally I don't tend to, if I'm just because I do a lot of doodle kind of pattern work, it's more just kind of with fine liner, and then if I get the time I would then go back and color it, but it's more about kind of just creating the shapes and the lines. That's what I really like. So a fine liner would be, if I had to pick one supply to use forever, it would be some kind of black fine liner pen, and then if I got time I'd color it in with alcohol markers after.
Yeah.
How about you two?
I think my preferred media is either watercolor or acrylic, but I'm going to go acrylic. I'll go acrylic just because it's thick, you can layer it up, you can create some interesting textures, and yeah, it was always my favorite at college was doing like the fine art side of things, the fine art and life drawings. So I think acrylic's where it's at for me.
I think for me, I love watercolor pencils.
Okay.
You just do so much with them. You can obviously, they're just great, and they're really good for applying color and then building up different layers of color and drawing back into and just building up your piece. But also, I really like gouache paints. For 2 reasons. One is they're really good for swatch videos that we do on social.
Yeah.
And again, they're a good medium in between, I guess, thick like acrylic paint layering, but also you can water them down like watercolor paints. Yeah,
they are like a middle ground, aren't they, between the two? I really like all those. I'd say I'd love to be good at watercolors, and I see all these lovely watercolors. I'm like, oh, that looks amazing. All these washes and like how they control it, and then I try it, and I'm just like, well, it just all gets a bit too. I guess I don't practice enough with it, but yeah.
One of them, it's a mastery, isn't it?
Yeah. Make it look so, even like the simple washes and stuff, they look so easy, but then really hard to control sometimes.
Definitely.
I think half the thing with watercolor or anything like that is just not worrying too much and just jumping in, and then if it doesn't go quite how you planned it, then maybe turn it into something else from that, or use
just go on mixed media.
Yeah,
just start chucking other stuff on top of it.
Just throw it in and see what happens.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of art, isn't it? You can start out as something and then you end up with something completely unexpected. Too. Cool. Right, so fan favourite question next.
Oh, gosh.
Pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
Well, I don't know what I should say. I'm not. I'm not. Probably wouldn't order it, but I'm not. It doesn't repulse me. It doesn't repulse me. I'm a bit on the fence, I guess. If you cooked me a ham and pineapple pizza, I'd probably eat it. I wouldn't pick the pineapple off. But I don't know. Is that allowed? Am I allowed to kind of be in the fence?
Wouldn't choose it, but if you had it, if you had to have it.
Yeah, I know people hate it and have like a horrible reaction to it, but it doesn't. It's fine. You're not a pineapple on pizza fan.
She's out.
Awful. Does not appeal. But so what I'm getting is that you're a very polite guest.
Polite, yeah, and just I just greedy. I guess I just eat anything. I'm not fussy.
To be honest, at the beginning of when you were umming and ahhing, I actually thought you were going to say you didn't like pizza.
I don't know. That's like the worst, surely.
Yeah. So a friend of mine actually last week told me we were going out for a meal and we were going to this really nice pizza place, and she said, "I don't like pizza." I was like, "You're not my friend anymore."
We're no longer friends.
Who doesn't like pizza? It's just one of them. But yeah, I was like,
don't worry, it's not that bad.
I almost I was like, no.
End podcast done. So we seem to have lost Chris.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Good answer.
Yeah.
Trying to appeal to everyone there, so no one hates
No preference.
Okay. So back with the artistic questions, and this. So, what is the best advice you've ever gotten or received? Whether that be a life-related question or something more art-related, just advice. What's the best advice?
I think it's coming back to when I was talking about starting the business. It's like it wasn't directly to me, but it was like to the whole class, and it's just kind of don't ever have. Well, you don't want to regret something you've never done, so just go with it. It doesn't matter if whether it's business or art or something like that. There's no point in worrying about what might be or if it does work or doesn't work. Like, just give it a go. If it fails, then it's never going to be that disastrous. You can start a new business, you can start a new artwork. Give it a go, because the amount of people that have great ideas, that whether it be for art or anything else, is kind of just don't follow through with them. I think that's a waste. Like the UK is such a creative place that so many great ideas that go untouched. So I'd say just whether the next thought or idea is, just give it a go. You never know what might happen.
That is fantastic advice. I think similarly, I know people who have always said to me afterwards, "Oh, I wish I'd have just done that. I wish I'd have given it a go," and somebody else has beat them to it, or just in general, just regretting not doing something. Is it better to actually do it and then think, "Oh, I wish I hadn't have done that," than to regret not doing it at all?
Definitely. Say yes a bit more.
Great advice. My question. Who's your favourite artist and why?
Oh no. Can I I'll tell you who is one of my favourite artists is Hatch. Dave Smith. He's a friend for a long time. I've been a fan of his for a long time, and then I asked him to collaborate on a box, and I've met him a few times at the illustration championships, and I just love his style, his attitude, his characters, and just everything he does is just great. So yeah, I managed to get him to come to our offices in town and do a couple of murals for us there, which is really great. So I've been wanting to basically create a whole office space so I could get Hatch to come in and do some murals for me.
I love that.
Yeah, to be fair, the work's great. I think, did we meet them at Court Fest?
No.
Is it not Court Fest?
Don't think we met Hatch. No.
Right.
No, but Hatch is in the Great GeXchange.
Indeed, there.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. There's a zine coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh.
release.
Maybe not so
just this
secret.
one thing.
Well, I look forward to seeing that. No, I'm always love whatever he does. So yeah, he's one of. I mean, I've got lots. I could name lots, but he's probably the one top of my list at the moment.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Go check him out. Hatch_art on Instagram.
Yes.
Fab.
Do it.
We'll do that magic thing that people do, you know, when they put stuff on screen.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen, so it'll come up like somewhere saying Hatch's contact details, and it'll be underneath the write-up as well. We'll put it in the write-up on the bio section.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Okay.
Okay.
Natasha.
This is
It's a serious question. I can tell by your face.
very serious question. Yeah. And again, fan favourite.
Okay.
What's your favourite cheese?
I don't think I could ever. I just love cheese. I don't know whether there's one I could pick. There's a brie or skeleton. I do like melted brie. Oh, I don't know. Still, I don't know. I can't pick. Can't pick. Gouda.
I'll tell you a short story. The first one of these we ever did was with Art by NZ, so Natasha's Ellen. We asked her the question because it was a fan question, as they sent them in. And she said her favourite was cheese string.
A favourite? Is that even classed as cheese? I don't know.
I don't know. It's a fun cheese.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah, it is fun. It is fun. Yeah.
It goes hand in hand with the Baby Bell, I think, in terms of the style of cheese.
I think the fun bit of the Baby Bell is the waxy outer layer.
Exactly, yeah.
Then you can create something with that.
Yeah, peeling cheese.
Yeah, the peeling of the cheese is good. I don't think I could ever choose just all the cheeses. The cheese board is my favourite.
Okay,
that's this answer.
Yeah.
Again, sat on the fence. Come on, make a decision, Chris.
No, it's fine. We had an answer before.
Tricky questions.
One was I don't eat cheese. I can't eat it because I'm not allowed.
Mm.
The one in the past was I don't like cheese, and we were like, so that's fine. Cheese board. Yeah.
I mean, cheese isn't for everyone.
No.
My other half, Aaron, he hadn't had what he classed as raw cheese, and what he meant was not melted.
Right. Raw cheese, not cooked. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, I could veganism. I could be vegetarian. I like meat, but I don't I could live without that. But cheeses, I don't think I could go without cheese. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
I know they're working hard on making a good alternative, but I don't think they've done it yet.
No, I don't think so either.
Goat's cheese. I forgot about goat's cheese. There's so many cheeses.
London Stationery Shop do a mean goat's cheese salad.
Do they? I might have to check that next time.
Really good, that goat's cheese salad. Cool. Okay. There is a last question, which I don't think was on the list, but we'll ask it, and if we don't get an answer, that's fine.
Don't feel pressured.
But it might take some more thought, and if it takes more thought, we can add it after.
Is this going to be harder than your favourite cheese question?
Not harder. If you could be an art material, what would you be?
If I could physically be an art material. What does that say about me? I'm gonna steal one of your favorites and say gouache, because it's kind of a good all-rounder, isn't it? It's can be watered down, can be it's opaque, can be layered on thick, kind of flexible. I think that's what I like to be. Can be bright. Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to think. Now I'm thinking about the properties of gouache. I'm thinking, is that what I want to be? That's a tough question.
You're gonna be like later on today. You're gonna be like, no, I'm actually ink.
Yeah, exactly. It could be.
We do these questions all the time in the office, but more food related normally. Yeah. So what can you be? Or
packet of crisps would you be?
Or a packet of crisps. Yeah, okay, that's a tricky one as well.
Monster Munch.
Very productive days you guys have there in the office.
Head down nails and getting stuff done, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, what cake?
Apparently I'm a carrot cake. Don't know what that means, but apparently.
Well, someone said you were a carrot cake, or you said you would like to. Because I could think other people, you could kind of put stuff on them, but when someone asks you, then you've got to think, well, what am I? What do people, all these different questions. Where someone knows you that, no, you're a carrot cake or whatever.
Well, I just kind of went, oh, maybe I'm a carrot cake, and then everyone turned around and said, you're definitely a carrot cake.
Definitely.
Don't know what that means.
And then you're like, what does that? Is that good?
Yeah. I don't get a bit of a vegetable at times, like
got a white creamy top.
Radiate in the dark.
Very crumbly. Yeah.
Who knows?
Best not to think about it, probably.
Yeah, it's best not to. It's just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
You make us sound like we hate our jobs.
We love our jobs.
We do.
No, you gotta make it exciting and that's why I kind of now working in the office in town is because after lockdown I'm working in here. It's really nice just to work with other people and share, random conversations like that and not just be stuck at home. So yeah.
What's the joy of life if not to enjoy it? Exactly. Especially if you at work a long time during the day, you might as well enjoy your time now.
Yeah,
definitely.
Fabulous. Well, they were all our questions, so hopefully not too taxing.
Yeah.
No, well, the pizza and the cheese one was quite taxing, but all the art-based ones were all right.
No, they're the ones fans are actually interested in.
Yeah, they all just want to know if I like pizza and cheese or pineapple cheese.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be it now. You'll be lost. Fab. Okay, well, it's been wonderful chatting to you today, Chris. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
And we look forward to seeing more from ScrawlrBox in the future.
Yeah, I'm sure we will have some more Gecko supplies in the future. Thank you for supplying this wonderful pad for the 91 box. Yeah, more to come. Stay tuned, everyone. Subscribe and you will be a more creative person.
Yes, we love that.
Yes.
Fab. Okie dokie, right.
Wait. Hold the phone. We need to do the official things here.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I thought you had a new kind of cheese-based question or something that's just suddenly come in last minute. I've got word in.
On toast or crackers now?
No.
Yes, so to everyone listening out there, thank you so much for joining. And again, thanks to Chris. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and all of our socials. And make sure to head over to ScrawlrBox and do all of the liking and subscribing and put everything on the screen so you know where to go. Got no excuse not to. That's it. Very much.
Right, yes, thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. See you soon.